What is going on, everybody? And welcome back to the Gabe Dutton Show. And of course, we have my good friend with me, and it's practically on here most of the time. We have my boy Landon.
What's up, man? How are you doing today?
Man, dude, it is. I tell you what, it's been over a year since the last time we've done this. It has literally been over a year, dude. It is crazy. I can't. It's been this long.
I know we've had a lot happen since the last time we've gone live, or not live, but like since we've recorded a video or something like that. But it's good. It's good to be back.
Man, dude, I am very, very excited to get back into this second live stream of it, and we're also going to be creating videos in shorts as well. So make sure you don't miss that out, and as well. That this is my second channel. If you want to go ahead and check out my main channel, it is actually Little Squid 101. That's my main channel. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers, and we're gonna try to get this one to 1,000 as fast as we possibly can. Is that right, Landon?
Yeah. Let's hopefully see if we can shoot for next month. At least by next month. How about this? By the end of this month, let's try to get up there. But
I said let's get to the summer. Because I've been doing my main channel now for a little while, and it's starting to really get a little bit of like ground and stuff like that. So, and real quick thing, could you mind handing me that TV remote? So, yep, this is what controls everything for our TV that you're seeing the display on. So now, you ready to get started?
Yeah, let's get it.
Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started with our topics for today's live stream. We have Mike McCarthy's thoughts about play calling, Kevin Durant's debut, and the third one, should we be worried about the Dallas Mavericks?
All right. So, am I good?
Yeah. You
Awesome.
want to go ahead and get ready for the next?
Yeah.
We're going to start with the first one, and that is thoughts about Mike McCarthy.
Okay. So, just recently, it was just announced, like, he basically just gave his thoughts on Kellen Moore. And, he got tired of, him worrying about running up the score more than just, keeping the offense balanced. He had a issue with, how much they were running the ball, which they were not running the ball a lot. No. Normally, they would run the ball in the first half and then not even run as much as they did in the first half and the second half. So, my thoughts on it personally, I think we should go back to the run. Because Dak Prescott has career high in interceptions. He tied for most interceptions this last year.
Right.
If you limit him on his pass attempts, because I've said it since they started throwing the ball more and they were starting to become one of the best offenses in the league. Right. Being the best offense in the league ain't going to win championships for you. You need to keep it balanced. And there was, I don't know what the record is now, but at one point they were 26-0 when they ran the ball more than they passed. And that was back whenever we still had Amari Cooper, so I don't know how much that's changed.
Right. And, okay, so let me give you an example of that. So if we recall going back to the Jaguars game during the regular season, we were up by 14 points in the fourth quarter, a game that we should not have lost to.
I think we were up more than that. I think that the Packers game was the one we were up 14.
No, we were up by... Or I know it was at least double digits.
Yeah,
I know it was by double digits.
And that's the thing, that we've gave up double digit leads when we should have ran out the clock, the ball.
Right.
And especially if there's like third and longs, obviously you don't run the ball, you throw the ball to get the first down to keep the drive alive. But the issue with, and that was just an issue with Kellen Moore calling plays. The reason why Mike McCarthy came to Dallas was so he can control the offense. Right. He's offensive minded, just like Andy Reid is, and I feel like if he was the one calling plays last year, I think Pollard and Zeke would have had a lot more touches. I think their rushing yards would at least go up another 100 yards, right, in my opinion. But the key to having success on offense is keeping it balanced. And I get it. The league today is, pass.
Pass. Yep, that is correct.
But you look at the Eagles, man, they're so balanced. They start off with the run, and they do a bunch of RPOs and screens.
Yeah.
And it's so, and then you also, whenever you watch the Eagles, like, it's hard to predict what they're gonna do because they could do a little bit of everything.
Right.
And they start off with a run and then develop into the passing game. That's what the Cowboys need to do to build success. That's what they're used to doing before when Dak and Zeke first came into the league.
Yeah.
So, to be honest, I honestly agree with Mike McCarthy. Honestly, I support his thoughts on, Kellen Moore, run up the scoreboard, because you don't have to score so many points, because like you have a top 5 defense in the league. You don't need to score 30 points every single game. Now that's,
it'll be great and all, but it's not necessary.
But that means the defense has to hold up on their end and not allow 25, 30 points every single game.
Yeah.
They have to, if they keep it in the low 20s, say the Cowboys, score 25 a game, and keep it balanced on the run game and the passing game.
Yeah.
I feel like they will win a lot more games next year. And honestly, I think they should have only had 1 or 2 losses this last season if it wasn't for their offensive mistakes.
So the 2 losses that really come into my mind when we talk about they really show, it's the Jaguars and Packers game. Do you realize if we did not lose those 2 games, because Philly lost 2 of the last 3 games they had, do you realize if we did not lose those 2 games?
Yeah, if we didn't lose,
we could have got the first seed. We could have got the first seed, and
we would have had the lucky, because I'm going to be honest with you. If we was to have the first seed, we had the first round bye, and we would. If the scenario played out, the Giants ended up beating the Vikings still, then we would play the Giants.
And then the
Eagles and 49ers game would be a complete different story, because, what if that scenario would have taken place, then Brock Purdy might have not gotten hurt. Maybe it would have been a better game, because it was going to come down to a close game. It was going to be low scoring, but, the defense just was tired the whole entire time.
Exactly.
Whenever the 49ers were playing the Eagles. But let's not get too far off topic. But,
But the play calling. But like I said too, like the 2 games, like the Jaguar game, we were up by double digits, and they saved a timeout at the very end of the game. I made a short over on my regular channel. Go check that out. But you got to not. You decided you were on 3rd down and 10. And you threw the ball 50 yards down the field into double, triple coverage.
You only need 10 yards.
Why? But no. And not just that. Run the ball. There was 30, 40 seconds left. If you would have ran the ball, they had 1 timeout left, and it would have wasted their timeout. Why? Run the ball. That's what I'm saying. The play calling was so inconsistent that it was almost hard to watch. There was some games I'm just the Minnesota game, just absolutely great. Best I've probably seen him play in a very, very, very long time. And then some games it what is going on? What is possibly going through our mind that we can do this? The Washington game, for example, was completely pathetic. I know it was probably the very last game of the season. I know that, and we were getting in the playoffs 50 no matter what. But at the same time too, that was pathetic.
Yeah. My last thoughts is, yes, we need because Mike McCarthy, if he's wanting to run the ball this year, we also got to have upgrades on our offensive linemen. We have to draft offensive linemen, maybe pick 1 or 2 up in the offseason. And, because...
our line wasn't the worst in the league. I can say that. We're in the middle. I can say, kind of middle of the pack, maybe a little bit, but, we're at least in the middle of the pack. We're, middle. But weren't the best in the league. But we
also deal with a lot of injuries in the offensive line. So if we really need more depth in the O-line. So, we're not into the situation where, okay, now we're forced to pass the ball, even though, the defense, the opposing defense can still get to the quarterback.
Right,
so
exactly.
It's just, hopefully Mike McCarthy, does run the ball a lot more and take the ball out of Dak Prescott's hands, because and that's why Cooper Rush was so successful, was because they limited to him. He didn't have, he didn't have the same freedom that Dak Prescott has because, I mean, yes, Dak Prescott could do that, but he also has to limit his mistakes. And the only way you can limit his mistakes, as from what we know of last season, is to limit how much he throws the ball.
Exactly. And I would say, too, a lot of Dak's, I know this is not the topic of this, of like Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore and stuff, but going off of Dak, I would say that, bro, your decision making this year was not the best. And I know I keep saying it over and over again. I'm a little bit still bummed out. We should have went to the NFC Championship game this year. If you would have played like an average quarterback, I know play calling all that has to do, but also too with you playing, if you would just play like an average quarterback, we would have went on. Our defense came to play. But you know what? I know that's not the topic, so I'm not going to get much into that. But just closing thoughts on the Mike McCarthy and Kellen Moore topic of play calling is, yes, there was times when it could have obviously been a lot better. There was times that it was really good. Now,
you think Cooper Rush could have won that game against the Niners? If they would have benched Dak Prescott and put in Cooper Rush, you think they would have won?
I think we would have been better sticking with Dak Prescott because I don't think Cooper Rush would be ready for the moment. Because remember, he did throw 3 picks against the Eagles. Just remember that. Did throw 3 picks, and I think if Dak Prescott would have played, I think we would have won. Because like we were going up and down the field, we were driving the ball, but who knows? Like I said, it's the end of the season. We got to go on into the offseason, get everything prepared. Get the right play call. We need to build the offensive line. Go get some more wide receivers. That's what I'm saying. Go get some more wide receivers because we're going to need it. And I'm sorry. I don't know. I think we should trade Zeke or get rid of Zeke. But that's not the topic of this section, or that's not part of this topic. So you ready to move on to the next one?
Yep. Let's get it.
Okay. And it's what happened last night in the NBA. It is Kevin Durant's Phoenix Suns debut. Now, I watched a little bit of this game. Now, I looked at the box score and stuff like that. I looked at some of the highlights and some of the news and stuff on it. I watched some of the First Take talk about it. It was pretty good. It was really good that lost the train of thought, my bad. Sorry. Sorry, a little bit of stumbling of words, kind of lost the train of thought. Here, I'm going to go ahead and let it over to you. I think
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm kind of disappointed a little bit. You scored 105 points against Charlotte. 105 points. Like, I mean, Kevin Durant, he played 27 minutes. He shot pretty well from the field. He shot 10 for 15, 2 for 4 from the three-point line. DeAndre Ayton had a pretty good game. He had 16 rebounds on 16 points. And then Devin Booker had an amazing night, 37 points with 6 rebounds, 7 assists.
Well, also you got to remember, this is Kevin Durant's first game back. And I actually, I would say that, I know it only took 15 shots, but I think he did really good. His first game back in like over a month from his MCL sprain in his knee. I think he did really well and stuff like that. But that shows you, and also too, like what they were talking about on First Take was him needing to be a little bit more aggressive. Now I think Phoenix could literally go to the finals this year. I think they could. I looked at their remaining schedule and I could see them winning like 95% of the left of their games easily. I really could see it because their strength of schedule is not that hard. I don't think so. Now there is some teams that are obviously above 500 stuff, but not a lot. So I can see them at getting to the second seed and going against Denver in the Western Conference Finals. You never know, anything could happen, but I literally could see Phoenix going to the finals. Now obviously that was his first game back, and I think it will get even better and better in there. But I think this relaxes pressure off of Devin Booker and DeAndre Ayton because you have literally one of the best players in the entire league, and if not the best player, if he's completely healthy. So, but overall, like his debut, so I think it was really good. I think it was pretty good. I know he didn't shoot, but like I said, coming off of injury, I still think it was really good. And I know they only scored 105 points, like you said, but also too, The other team, I know it's against Charlotte Hornets, but it's his first game back. They're probably still in there, but still, a win's a win. That's what you got to say too. A win is a win. And I think it was pretty well, and I think it will just get better from here, to be honest, because honestly, like they were talking about on First Take as well, like you don't, some of the topics they were saying, like Kevin Durant does not need the ball, like carrying off the floor or in his hands to create, like to be the best player or something like that. Like there was some points like shown, like where he was just standing on the 3-point line, literally caught the ball, shoot, boom, drain. That's what I mean. Like Chris Paul could easily navigate the floor, take control of the offense, give up Devin Booker, stuff like that, DeAndre Ayton, Kevin Durant, like, this team has a huge, good, solid four, and their fifth player is not a scrub either that you could easily play to, stuff like that. Like, they constantly could easily switch in and out. Like I said, I think this could just continue to get better and better and better.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I think his debut was pretty good. And like I said, it was first game back, but I think it would just continue to increase and be better as we go on.
So I'm just gonna say there's two things I want to focus on. Is the one, how the starting lineup is, and then the defense, or not the defense, the bench.
Yeah.
In the past, last year, I don't know, like they were the favorites to go to the finals.
Well,
last year.
they were the number one.
They were the number. Yeah,
they were the number one seed last year.
Yeah, they were the number one seed.
Yeah.
They were favored to go to the finals.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And I'm gonna be honest with you. I think they had a complete better team last year than they did this year. And here's why. One, Chris Paul ain't the same anymore scoring-wise.
No, that is true.
He is not the same. He has been the key. Like, the point of a point guard is not just only to score, but is to be able to
control the offense.
Control the offense, give your other guys the ball. That's what Kevin Durant, Ayton, and Booker did. Mm-hmm. Well, their defense isn't the same. They lost a lot of key defensive players in the trade. You lost what?
You lost Mikal Bridges, which was he's an unbelievable defensive player, and you lost Cameron Johnson, if I'm saying his name correct.
I think that's
right.
Right. And then I had his name. I was letting you speak. Crowder. Is it?
Oh, Jay Crowder. He went to the well. He didn't play at all this season. Because he wanted to leave, and he's now with guess who? The Bucks. He's with the Bucks, and his debut, they won the game, and he played really decent. Like he was like 3 from 5 from 3, or I think he had 12 points, something like that. I'm not entirely sure, but he looked pretty good. But
back to what I'm saying is, and then. I just don't think. I think people are overrating the offense. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think this offense is better than the Warriors' offense. I think because if you think about it, remember whenever I can't remember if it was their first game together, but Kyrie and Luka, their first game, they both dropped 30-plus points. Yeah. And then you had Christian Wood, who is also supposed to be your third best player, drop 20-plus. I think he had 24. I think that's what it was. But either way, and they still lost. Yeah. And I get it. There was, all that passing around, like, oh, who wants to take the shot? I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think the Phoenix Suns this year are favored. I don't think they should be. I don't think
they're. They're not. I don't think they are favorites.
It's because they don't have the same defense as they did. If they would have kept the players, and also you also got to think Booker was hurt a lot of the season too. Yeah. And so that's why their record is what it is right now. And I mean,
they're fourth in the West right now. They're fourth.
Yeah, they're fourth in the West. I still think they're gonna get to the third or second seed.
Yeah, I can easily see that. Yes.
But I personally think people are overrating the Suns, and I don't think that they should be favored just because they need it. I want them to prove me wrong too. They need to prove by the end of the season that they're going to be consistent and they're going to be putting up the points like they should be. Because I want to be honest with you, they should have put at least 120 up against Charlotte.
I mean, that is 15 points.
But you have how you pronounce his name? Okogie? something like
Okogie,
that.
I think it's Okogie. So I'm not, like I said, I'm not entirely sure with every single one on the Suns and like that. Like their bench is not as deep as it was last year or the year before.
So he was in the starting lineup against Charlotte. So his 4 points came from just 4 free throws. He went 0 for 4 from the field, 0 for 2 from 3-point line, and then you have Chris Paul. Like I said, not the same offensively anymore.
Yeah.
Shot 1 for 8, 0 for 4 from 3-point, and only had 2 points. He had 11 assists, but in this NBA, you have to score to win games.
Yeah, you do.
You have to score. Obviously, you got to have defense.
Right.
But you have to score to win games.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
And that's like with the Mavericks too. Like, yeah, yes, they can score a lot. We understand that they got the two dynamic ball handlers in the NBA on the Mavericks, and I really want it to work out really well. But our defense is terrible. Our defense is really, really, really bad.
People want to talk about how Luka and both Luka and Kyrie are ball dominant. Kevin Durant's ball dominant. Devin Booker is ball dominant.
Chris
I know
Paul.
he is.
Chris Paul
definitely is ball dominant because he is, running the floor. You got 3
controls
ball
the
dominant
offense too.
players.
Like he controls the offense.
You talk about only 2 ball dominant players on the Mavs, but you don't talk about 3. And that's what frustrates me a lot. It's like they people really hate on Kyrie Irving, and it is not funny. He deserves from what he has done with the Mavs before Luka came back, because he was hurt whenever Kyrie first.
Yeah, he did it for a couple games right before he came back.
You saw what he was doing with the team. Now he's just having to figure it out with Luka. And I'm not. I'm gonna wait till the next segment. I'm not gonna say anymore just because I want to.
Because we don't want to our next segment.
But like I said, people are overrating the Phoenix Suns, and until they prove that KD's gonna work with them, just like people expect, like, oh, we're not gonna believe Kyrie and Luka until we see it. They need to say the same thing for the Suns. Yeah. So I'm speaking out with that. So that's my take on the
That's your
Phoenix
take.
Suns. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, my take on the Suns is like basically like I've already said right before you gave your take like you just did. Mm-hmm. Like I said, I think his debut was good. Yeah, they're not as deep on their bench as I think they were the last 2 years. Mm-hmm. But also you got to think there are 4 players. Yeah, I know Chris Paul's older and stuff like that, but even take out Chris Paul. Let's say he's like even comes off the bench and like he won't, obviously. Mm-hmm. Even take him out of the equation, you still have probably one of the best big threes in the league. Mm-hmm. Dude, they can put up points when they want. And I think
no doubt. But it can't just be them 3 though. Just like it can be.
I think they can still I think you still have some really good pieces on the bench and stuff. But like I said, we don't know. He's only going to be playing with them for literally the last 20 games of the season. Mm-hmm. So there's still a lot to work out. Okay, so our cameras just switched off. Go ahead, Landon, and go flip them on for me real quick. Here we go, y'all. Sorry about that real quick. Here, I will go to my display real quick, and we'll keep talking about it. So, flip the switch. Yeah, there you go. Flip it off. Okay, so it's still on the screen for y'all. So if I keep going over my stuff about Kevin Durant, is that I think they can do really good. I think they can go through the playoffs and stuff, but I think they can do really good. But if they don't make it to the Western Conference Finals this year and stuff like that, I don't think it's the end of the world. I can see it, but they have to win. In my opinion, they have to win an NBA Finals in the next 2 years.
Want to know before we move on to the next segment? Want to know my favorite right now?
What?
And I'm a big believer of this team. This team has been playing lights out this year,
Mm-hmm.
and that is the Sacramento Kings. And and that is the one sleeper team in the playoffs. Because
dude, they just keep winning. They just keep winning.
And it all starts with De'Aaron Fox. I don't know how in the world no one is talking about him in the MVP voting.
Dude, he's playing out of his
He's
mind.
been playing out of his mind. Same thing with Shea too. I'm like, no one's talking about Shea about how he could be in the MVP voting. I think the from what I've seen, I think the 2 runner-ups out of the top 5 would be De'Aaron Fox and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander.
Yeah. But sadly, I don't think they're going to win the MVP this year. I think it's going to be, honestly, Jokic could win his 3rd straight MVP.
Me personally, I think LeBron should be the front runner.
He's hurt, though. That's what's bad. He's going to be that's what's bad. We're talking about Kevin Durant's debut. Now we're getting into the MVP conversation, but that's on a whole different topic and stuff like that. But yes, that is true. I understand that. And he is averaging unbelievable amount for his age at like 38 years old and stuff like that. It's unbelievable. But I think Jokic is probably going to win his 3rd MVP back to back. And I think Joel Embiid is right behind him. But like I said,
Giannis won it last year, I thought.
No, Jokic has won back to back. He's won 2 years in a row. He can be, like, I don't know, like the 3rd or 4th player ever to win 3 MVPs in a row, like Larry Bird or and the couple other players. Sorry, don't have it at the top of my mind right now.
Yeah, I want to be honest with you. I don't really keep up with basketball a whole lot, so honestly, I don't know why I thought Giannis won it last year.
Yeah, but he did win. He's won 2 MVPs though. Giannis has won 2 MVPs. So, but who knows? We still got 20 games left in the NBA season, and now let's go on and continue with our topic with the NBA. Let's go with the Dallas Mavericks, and let's say, should we be worried about them? Should we be worried about the Mavericks? I mean, like, literally, because when they've real quick, they've been playing with each other. Like I think they went 2-0 when Kyrie was by himself, stuff like that. He brought a spark to the team. But like the 5 games I think Luka and Kyrie have played together, they've gone 1-4. But all their losses has been by 5 points or less, and it's been in like the clutch time. But that's still, though, when they've played with each other, they've gone 1-4. You lost to the Lakers, which you had a 27-point lead at home in the 2nd quarter, and you still lost. You had a 27-point lead, and you still lost. You literally just lost to the Pacers. Was it last night or the last night?
It was the night before.
Night before last night. Yeah, you literally just lost to the Pacers. The Pacers.
And the Lakers before that, when you're up by 27 points.
Yeah, just said you were up by 27 points in the 2nd quarter. Hey, good job to my. On a separate note, real quick, good job to my Warriors. Y'all were down like 24 points and stuff like that, like last game, and y'all came back and won by almost 20 points. So congratulations for that. And Steph Curry didn't play, but wanted to say that out real quick. But going back to the Mavericks, y'all, the biggest thing that I'm taking away from the Mavericks right now, I don't think we should be worried quite yet, but I would say in the next like 5 games or so like that, if we keep losing, I think we need to start getting worried. I don't think Kyrie will be here. And the biggest takeaway I have away from this, our defense is terrible. Our defense is so bad right now that it's hard to watch. There are some points I see Luka Doncic play like, yes, unbelievable offensive player. No one can hardly guard him in the league. Kyrie, all that type of stuff. You got all the players in the league that can't be guarded. Luka, Kyrie, up there in the top. Defensive-wise, Kyrie, I think he's playing a lot better defense than Luka. There was some place that Luka Doncic was on the main, like his guy that he was guarding had the ball. Defense was terrible. I mean, like, dude, he scored easily. I'm like, what are you doing? I mean, like, bro, like, you literally watch. I mean, like, what is going on? What is going through your head? You just don't want to play defense? Dude, our defense right now is terrible. And that's what I was worried about, too. When we got Kyrie, I was like, okay, our offensive power is going to be fine. That's not an issue. Our problem is defense because we got rid of Spencer Dinwiddie and Dorian Finney-Smith. Dorian Finney-Smith is, one of my opinions, one of the most underrated defensive players in the league. And Spencer Dinwiddie was not bad either. And now we got rid of them two, and our defense dropped. Now you got a player that's literally better than both of them by a long shot, but our defense went down the drain. I mean, dude, what is going on? Our defense is like, yo, you had a 27-point lead against the Lakers. What was so good in like the first half?
And LeBron was hurt that game too.
Exactly.
He was playing with a hurt ankle.
Yeah, it was something like that. I'm like, bro, what changed in the second? Yes, I think that the Lakers.
AD was unbelievable too.
That's what I was fixing to say. Like, yes, the Lakers picked up their defensive stuff in the second half tremendously and started playing a lot harder and stuff. But still, though, you were up 27 points.
And you got to give a lot of props to Vanderbilt too.
Oh yeah, he played unbelievable. I will say that. Yes, the Lakers picked up some key pieces in that, which was good. But that does not matter to me
because you're up 27 points.
You're
no
up nearly 30 points.
Yeah,
and you still lost. No excuses. I don't care if you are the best team in the league going against the worst team, or you're the worst team in the league going against the best team. If you have a nearly 30-point lead in a game, you should not blow it. Like I said, give credit to my worst. They came back from that. That was awesome. Mm-hmm. But, we're still down by 20-something points.
Yeah.
You would think the other team would pull it out. Mm-hmm. I mean, literally. I mean, like, come on, y'all. You were up. There's no excuse to that. And then, like I said, against the Pacers 2 nights ago, come on now. I understand every team can be any other given team any other day. I understand that. Any team can be any team. We understand that. It's going to happen. Mm-hmm. Come on, y'all. Come on, Mavericks.
So you say that you're not worried right now? Or
right now, I'm not worried. But if it's coming in the next 5 games, so I'm going to say like next 5 games. Or even the next like several games. If we continue, like I think we're on like a 2-game losing streak. Yeah, we're on a 2-game losing streak. Lakers and Pacers. Mm-hmm. If our losing streak gets to like 4 games or even to 5, we got a problem. Mm-hmm. We've got a problem.
So, I'm gonna be honest with you. Whenever I went to go look up the standings, the Western Conference standings, the Mavericks just dropped down to the play-in. They're in the
play-in now.
They are in the play-in right now.
They
were just the 4th seed 4 games ago.
And now they're
in the 7th seed.
7th.
The West is wide open.
That's why I'm saying Phoenix could jump way up. That's why I'm saying that.
When I look at the remaining schedule, or not the remaining schedule, the upcoming games, I want to say the next 7 games, you got the 76ers.
They play tonight. Speaking of that, they play tonight. They play tonight.
The second best. What are they? The second seed, right?
No. The Bucks are the first. Celtics are second.
Celtics should be number 1.
No, because Bucks won as well. They have a 15-game winning streak.
Bucks
won. Yeah, Bucks won as well. They should be first. I think they have like the same record. I'm pretty sure they have the same record right now.
Hold on.
I was looking it up, but yeah, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Oh, I'm looking at the wrong thing. My bad. Okay, so yes, the Bucks. That's crazy. So,
yeah, the Bucks are on dude. They're on a 15-game win streak. 15 games.
But the Celtics are only half a game behind.
Yeah, that's what I mean because
they played one.
They
more.
would have. The Celtics would have.
No. The Boston's played one more, but they lost that one.
Yeah, no,
game.
that's what I'm saying too. Boston would be ahead, but the Bucks just played, I think, last night and they won, so it bumped them back up to the first seed.
So the Sixers are the 3rd seed.
Yeah, and then I think it's Cleveland should be 4th. I think is it Cleveland? Pretty sure.
Cleveland is the 4th seed.
Yeah,
yes,
that's
and then
what
you
I
got the New York Knicks, and then the Brooklyn Nets.
I don't know how the Brooklyn Nets are still the. I don't know how.
I'm telling you, like they remember 3-4 years. I can't remember when it was before they got Kyrie and KD. How that team was in the playoffs, like they were like one of the surprise teams in the playoffs. Obviously, they got beat
like
out
Sacramento
in the
this year.
round.
Shockingly, Sacramento this
year. I'll be honest with you, they could have done this last year too.
Well, also, dude, they got a lot of key pieces.
They did get a lot of key pieces.
You got Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox. That's a good solitude. And Buddy Hield. Yeah, that's a good solid 3. They have a good solid 3.
Back to what I was saying. The Mavs are the 7th seed. They're 1 game. They're 1 game behind the Clippers.
Yeah.
I think wouldn't the Mavericks have like the tiebreaker against the Clippers. So, like, I think if, say, the Clippers lose this next game, the Mavs win, then I think they will move back up to the 6th seed. But the point is, you got the 8, 9, 10 seed, the Minnesota Timberwolves, the Utah Jazz, and the New Orleans Saints.
New Orleans Saints.
New Orleans Saints.
Yes,
the
sir.
Pelicans. My bad. Minnesota is half a game behind you. They're 32. No, they're at 500, and then you have Dallas at 32-31. Then you got Utah Jazz at 31-32 at the 9 seed, and then the Pelicans 31-32,
Right.
the 10 seed.
Yep. Exactly.
If the Mavs don't pick it up, and obviously, in my opinion,
right.
they're not favored. They are underdogs the next 2 games.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure the underdogs this game, and from what
I think are they playing away? Is Dallas playing away? Is Dallas playing away tonight? I think they're playing away.
I have no clue. I'll check in a bit, but the West is so close, and then the Los Angeles Lakers are 1 game away from the play-in. 1 game from the play-in. And you look at the Mavericks schedule. You look at the Mavericks schedule for the next 7 games. They play the Sixers tonight, the Phoenix Suns, Utah. You can't sleep on Utah because Utah. I don't know how, but unbelievably, they are doing pretty decent this year.
Yeah.
You got the Pelicans. I mean, obviously, I don't know what Zion's status is, so I don't know if he'll be back. He's still going to be out.
Probably still.
But you know. That's a division game you got to win. You got to win that division game. And you got Phoenix 2 games in a row. You got you got the Grizzlies, my bad. Grizzlies 2 games in a row.
Dude,
they still got John Morant on that team. He's very capable of beating the Mavs twice in a row. Right. And then you got the Spurs. You got to beat the Spurs. And you got the Los Angeles Lakers.
Oh, that should be a cakewalk. It should be, but
you got the Lakers again, and LeBron will be hurt by the next time they play the Lakers. So they lose to Sixers, lose to Phoenix. I guess I'm going to say, I mean, if they was to get their if they was to win between the 76ers or Phoenix, they would win one of those games. I may have a little faith in them beating Utah. They should beat the Pelicans.
Yeah.
They should beat the Grizzlies at least 1 time.
Yeah.
And then the Spurs, Lakers.
Yeah.
So say they at least split that.
Yeah.
But you also got to hope that, you know, the other teams that are right behind you or, you know, right in front of you, you got to hope that they lose those games. But, you know.
I think like I said, though, if we go on another 2-3 game losing streak, like we're still on a 2-game losing streak right now, we have a problem. We're in trouble.
And the Mavs have
fall into the play-in tournament. We do not want to do that, especially going against either Denver or Phoenix. Like if I'm saying Phoenix trying to get to the 2nd seed, which I think they will, do not want to play them in the first round.
And from what I know, the Mavericks have the easiest schedule through the rest of the season.
I think so. Phoenix actually has pretty simple. I looked at their upcoming, like the standing stuff, but their schedule, they have a pretty, like I said, I think Phoenix, like I said earlier during the show, they should win at least 95% of their games coming up. I really think they should. It looks pretty simple outside of, like, yes, we played Dallas and stuff like that. You got a couple teams here and there, but like 95% of the games coming up, they should win. That's why I'm saying I think they'll get to the 2nd seed.
But yeah, I'm for my personal opinion, I think we should be worried about how the Mavs are playing.
Yeah.
I mean, we already seen that both Luka and Kyrie dropped 30+ points with Christian Wood dropping 24. That they could still lose.
Yeah, exactly.
They can still lose, and that's why I'm a believer. Like, wow, the Kings are really good. Like, you know, because they what was it? Yeah, it was against the Kings, right? Am I sure?
Yeah.
They could beat a team that when they superstars play at their best, they can still win no matter what. And they're a team you cannot sleep on in the playoffs.
Well, those have been our 3 topics for today. But on a quick note, real quick, like I did with Nate, 2 days ago for our first live stream. What would you say for your NBA Western Conference Finals pick and your Eastern Conference Finals pick and then your Finals champion? And we're doing this like 20 games down for the season, so our early predictions. So who would you choose?
Man, that is Eastern Conference easy.
I've Bucks and Celtics.
I mean, this is not knowing. This is not knowing because I don't know what the bracket looks like. But if I had to choose Eastern Conference, I would say probably Celtics, Sixers.
I have Celtics and Bucks.
Celtics and Bucks. See, I feel like the Bucks and the Celtics would meet. I have a feeling they would end up meeting each other. Well, no,
they would meet in the Eastern
Conference
because of the first and second seed.
Yeah,
that's why I say that.
I mean, it's kind of hard to say because I mean you got your three best teams in the Eastern Conference. It's I honestly I can't remember how. I don't know how the bracket's going to be, so it's kind of hard to say.
Yeah.
But I still say Celtics and Sixers. If I had to guess.
Okay.
And then Western Conference.
This one's a little bit tougher, isn't it? It's a little tougher. You want me to go ahead and say my two picks real quick?
I want to say Sacramento and Denver.
Ooh.
I want to say Sacramento and Denver.
Says Sacramento.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I know they've had a really good season stuff, but I think it ends in the playoffs in the second round. I think it ends either in the first or second round. I wanted to go with originally, like, when I was with Nate talking 2 days ago, that I said it could still be the Warriors because they are a playoff team and they know what it takes, and Steph Curry will be back by that time. And actually, right now, I think they're actually in the 5th seed right now.
They are the 5th seed. They are the 5th seed by half a game.
Yeah, but the two picks I went with was Denver and Phoenix in the Western Conference Finals, and I had
you said who in Phoenix?
Denver and Phoenix because like the first and second seed.
I'm not a believer in Denver. I'm not.
That's fine.
From what I know, they haven't made it past the first round in a while. The last time, what was it? The last time they made it,
it was in the bubble.
It was in the bubble against the Lakers. The Lakers ended up beating them. Like I said, it's been so while ago that.
Oh yeah, it's bubble season when LeBron won the championship.
What was it? Did the Lakers win like 4-1, 4-2?
It was something like that, but I don't know. It was too long ago. But so. Who do you have winning out of Celtics and 76ers real quick?
I think 76ers get it out.
You got 76ers?
I got 76ers.
Oh, hey, he's got 76ers.
I have not believed in the 76ers the last time I believed in the Sixers was when they played against Kawhi Leonard and when he was in Toronto.
Oh my gosh, the luckiest shot you've ever seen in NBA history. The luckiest quadruple bounce off the backboard rim and everything like that.
And they haven't been the same ever since. But I really like the Sixers team this year. So I think they will get out of the hump and make it to their first finals appearance as a franchise. I'm pretty sure. I know they've never won one, so that's all I know. Like I said,
think they have won one. I think they had.
No,
actually,
they
haven't.
Mm-mm.
I thought they probably won.
I don't think
way back.
That's why I don't think Allen Iverson never led the team to a finals. I don't think.
I thought that I was just thinking maybe they won it back in that really early on in the NBA and stuff. But so who?
I apologize if I'm wrong. I'm not really into the NBA like I am in the NFL. I'm more NFL than NBA. But
so who do you have Western real quick? Is ticking.
I want to surprise everybody. Just like the Bengals surprised everybody.
You gonna say Sacramento?
Yep.
You gonna say Sacramento?
I'm gonna say Sacramento and the Sixers.
That would be. If you would have told me that the NBA Finals in 2023 would be the Sacramento Kings and Philadelphia 76ers, I would think you were crazy and you were lying. But like I said, the NBA, anything can happen, and there's 20 games left. But I go ahead and tell you mine. I have Phoenix winning, and I know you don't believe in Phoenix and stuff like that, but I'm telling you, I just look at
It's not that I don't believe in Phoenix and that they're capable of going to a finals with Kevin Durant on the team. It's the fact that we haven't seen enough to.
Well, that
we
is
haven't
true,
seen enough to know, like, oh, hey, this is actually going to work out. Just like
I'm just saying, like, literally, just off of the first game,
Curry.
though, it looked to me that he relieved a lot of pressure, and literally coming off the very first game, dude. I mean, he was 10 for 15 and stuff like that, just making shots and stuff. But
want to know something?
What?
They have Sacramento has the second most wins in the Western Conference this year, and they have the second second least losses in the Western Conference. The only one that has more wins and less losses is Denver.
Yep.
And Denver has also played more conference teams this year than they have so far. So Denver is 31-12 in their conference, and Sacramento is 24-13.
Yeah, another fact too about Denver, when Jokic has a triple double, they're like 24-0. They haven't lost a game when he gets a triple double.
And that's it's the fact that Jokic could do this in the regular season, but he hasn't shown that he can do it in the playoffs in quite some time.
Because it's a different atmosphere.
And also like they went to the conference finals in the bubble. It's like,
well, coming back down from 3-1 2 times in a row, and then finally when you go against the Lakers, it finally wears off. But okay.
It just can you really count on the Nuggets outside the bubble? Because the bubble is a completely different game.
Yeah, it is.
Than it is now.
It is. But so real quick, so you have Philadelphia Kings. Would you have the 76ers winning?
Yes.
Okay, so you have 76ers.
I have the for the two teams I have chosen just because, I feel like these two teams could potentially make the finals in my heart. That's what my heart tells me. I think out of the two teams, Phoenix. Gosh, my head's all over the place.
There you go. So
the 76ers will win the finals.
Okay. So like I said, I would have Bucks and Phoenix going to the NBA Finals, and I would have Phoenix winning in 7, or I have Milwaukee winning in 7. But I'm kind of leaning towards Phoenix.
Man, you're counting out the Bucks. You're counting out the Bucks.
Don't,
because Chris Middleton would be.
That is true. Like I said, I don't know. I'm really, really stuck. Like I said, I see it's a 7-game series, back and forth, and I could have either team winning. But you know what? We won't know until we get to the NBA Finals and NBA playoffs. So, but other than that,
maybe Giannis in the finals can teach Katie how to lead a NBA team.
Hey, go work out with him too as well. Yep. But thank you so much, Landon. This has been awesome. Good live stream today. Except for our cameras cutting out. We are still trying to fix that problem. But thank y'all so much for tuning in today. And hopefully y'all tune in next time to watch the Gabe Dutton Show. Thank you again so much, Landon, for joining me. Yeah, of course. And of course, we're going to be seeing you a lot more. So thank y'all so much for watching. And we will see y'all next time on another live stream. Thank y'all.